It is your boy V Slash. You back with another video today. We got the day that Steph Curry took over the NBA. I feel like the day that he took over the NBA was probably 2015. But some people be saying 2013, some people be saying 2014. Some people didn't even know who Steph Curry was, bro. So we're gonna get straight into it. Like I said, if y'all new, like, phone, comment, subscribe. Let's get straight into it.
And they chant light the beam here in Sacramento. And they're gonna do just that.
What was your favorite Curry? I'm gonna say either out of 2015 nostalgic mini fro Curry. Number one, I'll say 2016 Curry. 2022 Curry. Maybe 2024 Curry, because he broke their record.
50-point game 7 for Steph Curry.
2013 Curry was underrated though.
Curry launches a three. Puts it in again. Oh, he knocks it down. Spectacular move.
No glazing, but imagine guarding Curry in front of your whole family. Now I feel the way, bro. I miss them days.
Something I've come to realize over the past few years is the fact that we're usually so focused on the future that we rarely have the time to look back at everything that's actually happened. So today, we're gonna do just that. After nearly a full decade of dominance, the Golden State Warriors dynasty looks to be coming to an end, and during this time, I've been taking that time to look back at the high points of this team throughout the last 10 or 12 years or so, and reminding myself of the peak of a team that completely changed the way basketball is played, perhaps forever. But the main season where many people believe this peak actually began was during the 2014-2015 season, which saw the Warriors moving in a new direction after showing promise as an up-and-coming young team in the couple years prior. And after 2 playoff appearances and their first winning season since 2008, they would respond like any reasonable team. Yeah, they fired their head coach. They would replace Mark Jackson with Steve Kerr during the 2014 offseason, a change that would fully unlock the capabilities of their backcourt of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, of which Steph would be the main beneficiary of, as up until this point in his career, he had mainly been utilized as a traditional pick-and-roll point guard. But throughout the earlier parts of his career, he had always showed a lot of promise as a shot creator and a shooter, especially off the dribble, which became even more apparent when he broke the record for most threes made in a single season with 272 when he did that in 2013. But it was somehow only up from there. Coach Kerr would implement more off-ball plays for him, where the ball would be moving around a lot more, and with the utilization of great passing big men and wings such as Andrew Bogut and Draymond Green, the blueprint was set. The result was one of the greatest offenses in NBA history. Not only was the otherworldly shooting of Steph and Klay not anticipated by any team in the NBA, it also wasn't anticipated how the Warriors would be using that talent. Several teams throughout history had built their offense around off-ball movement, but none of those teams had this. And as a result, the Warriors would start walking all over the NBA, while being led by Steph Curry, who in his 6th NBA season looks to be entering his peak, being a frontrunner for MVP nearly the entire year, and doing so in one of the most aesthetically pleasing ways that fans had ever seen. The Warriors would outscore their opponents by over 10 points on average throughout this season, and were so dominant that Steph Curry would end up sitting out exactly 20 fourth quarters in the games that he played. 80 games played in the 2015 season, 60 fourth quarters played, because the games were already over. And the dominance they displayed that year would lead them to 67 total wins for the regular season, making it the first 60-win season in franchise history. But one of those last few wins is where today's story lies. April 9th, 2015 was a matchup between the Warriors and the division rival Portland Trail Blazers, who at this point have won 51 games and are battling for home court advantage in their future first round series. Also coming into this game, the MVP race between Steph Curry and James Harden was really heating up, as well as Steph coming into the game with 268 made threes on the season, just 5 away from setting a new all-time record for threes made in a season. So a great performance here would almost certainly lock up the MVP, especially considering the fact that Golden State would come into the game having lost back-to-back games and are at risk of losing 3 games in a row for the first time all season. And so it would be critical for them to get a win against a tough team to not lose momentum right before going into the playoffs. So both teams actually have a lot to play for this late in the season. And so off we go.
is active, and he had 18 last night against Minnesota.
Don't y'all always be looking at old highlights and y'all can just watch the shit over and over? Like, it's very, like, nostalgic and therapeutic, bro. Or, you know what I'm saying? Therapy, if that makes sense. But these games, boy, these are some days to miss, bro. I ain't
It's
gonna
a
lie.
great dimension to this Portland team. A three by Steph. And Curry knocks one down.
Bro, mini Fro Curry. That's what I was saying, bro. Mini Fro Curry.
He's got the #1 percentage on the team. Draymond Green. He had taken 3 days off to get healthy. Another three. Curry has set up a couple of bombs and both have dropped.
Most to the bench, but with the injury to Matthews, now he becomes a starter, and those bench guys are going to have to step up even more.
Curry is on one of those starts already with 9 and 3 threes in his pocket.
The crazy shit about Curry, he don't say nothing, bro. Like, this, like, yeah. That nigga don't talk shit or nothing, bro. Like, how would y'all feel if a nigga just cooking you nonchalant, bro? How would y'all feel about that?
Portland on a 10-4 run. It's a 2-point game. Warriors led by 8. Nice cut inside.
The way that they have played, but having lost 2 games, not in that rhythm.
Curry, 3. Got it! He ties the all-time record that he set a couple years ago. Just hit his 272nd three-point shot of the year.
Steph starts out the game by scoring 14 points and hitting 4 threes in the first quarter alone, meaning that he has now tied the record. But the Blazers made it very apparent that this wasn't going to be a game where he could just go off and rest for a whole quarter.
At 15 against Brooklyn on Monday, Leonard's first. And how about that? Let's assume Lopez has come back in the contest. Came in and sit, and Lopez is right there. Barnes trying to get away from guys that keep screening him outside. It goes, and McCollum has accomplished most of what they want to accomplish as Lillard tees up a triple.
Now with a 13-point lead following a 17-2 run and all the momentum in the world, it was time for Steph to try to get the game back under control. And he would do so with a particularly special shot, which would prove to be the spark the Warriors needed.
Ahead it goes, the outlet to Curry. He'll tee up the 3 for the record. He got it! All-time NBA record, 273 made three-point shots. Hard to believe the top-scoring team in the NBA this year only has 9 points in the quarter. Curry got it. Oh, he's got the stroke tonight. Stephen Curry. Thompson knocks it away. Good defense by the #1 defense in the NBA of the Warriors. A 3 by Clay.
With Metroplex, I get a free
Clay, you would
5G
be
phone
this
when I
too, bro.
join.
And I can get the same
Damn.
great deals as new customers when
That
I
shit really coming to an end.
Hey, we're the Try Guys.
Today we're going to see how much money Keith can fundraise
Man,
for
we getting
St. Jude
old.
Children's
That's
Research
crazy.
Hospital.
He got the ball able to get around Green.
Thompson the bump and a foul. Got it! Go get the screen. Switch with defense. Kaman. Drive. Curry! Got it to go! The lead is back to 3.
Golden State would respond to Portland's 17-2 run with a 21-5 run of their own to take a 3-point lead going into halftime. And after a back-and-forth third quarter, the game goes into the fourth quarter tied at 84. So we have an all-out battle on our hands, only made more intense when considering what a win would do for either team. But that would eventually take a backseat to the MVP conversation surrounding this game, because with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Steph would check back into the game with the Warriors holding a 2-point lead. At this point, he has 26 points and is looking to close the game out so that Golden State doesn't start a losing streak right before heading into the playoffs. And I feel like I should preface this by saying what you're about to see is one of the most effortless, nonchalant masterclasses I have ever seen in my 24 years on this floating rock.
And here comes Curry in the game. Great pass! Oh! He's in the league, #2 in defense, and a beautiful run right there. Green has the loose ball. Double-double for Green. 11 points, 11 rebounds. Curry the 3. As we mentioned, it's Curry on the perimeter. Good Bogut screen, long 2. That's Stephen Curry.
Moving in the front of it and the back. And he looked to be moving toward the huddle for a second.
Good rejection inside. Shot clock at 7. Foul. The chance of MVP here in Oakland. Washington, Indianapolis will be their site of the game against the Pacers. Go to NBA.com for more. Lillard on Curry. Screen by Bogut. Switch on D. Aldridge is there. Curry, long 2. Cut it! Steph Curry! This game has had a playoff feel to it, hasn't it? Curry with the drive. Stop it on a dime. He is scoring from all over the joint.
On the bunny hop, what a great finish that was. Not to be, though.
Curry, three, called! Steph Curry is putting an electrifying 45. Golden State is going to win their 36th home game. Their 15th consecutive home game. And the crowd loves it. Is he your MVP, Brent? Or James Harden? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Nothing against James Harden, but Steph Curry to me would get my vote.
Yeah, he definitely deserved that MVP.
And tonight's a great way for him to display everything that we've talked about all year long.
Just sidebar. Oracle Arena, bro. But in terms of the basketball, Steph would finish the game with 45 points and 10 assists. He would do so while shooting 17 for 23 from the field overall and 8 for 13 from 3. And if you're doing the math, you would have realized that 19 of those 45 points came in the fourth quarter alone. And even in addition to that, those 19 came with him shooting 7 for 7 from the field. And I feel like it's important to remind people when seeing highlights like this. This is 2015. We've seen him taking and making shots like this for over a decade at this point. But in 2015, a player taking off balance, off the dribble shots from 30 feet on that type of volume and still being as efficient as he was, it was foreign. It was unfathomable at that point. And so just something to keep in mind when we do take a look back at these earlier seasons. What he was doing at the time was so otherworldly that it didn't even make sense. Just an all-around great performance against a pretty good team, and what you can probably consider to be the start of his ownership of the Portland Trailblazers in the years to follow. Also, a performance that pretty much confirmed who the 2015 MVP was going to go to, which in my opinion was the point where he would truly start to be classified as a superstar and begin his takeover of the NBA. And I mean, we all know what happens next. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new, hit the bell to be notified when I upload, comment down below what you want to see next, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Tell me what y'all think, bro. Curry earned that fucking spot. But like I said, it's your boy Slash and I'm out. Peace.